Today, we remember Jim Morrison, a poet in a leather jacket, a restless soul who helped define a generation's sound and spirit. Born in 1943 in Melbourne, Florida, James Douglas Morrison grew up moving from place to place as the son of a U.S. Navy officer. From an early age, he was drawn not just to music, but to words, to poetry, philosophy, and the mysteries of the human mind. He studied film at UCLA, but it was in Los Angeles in the mid-1960s that destiny found him. There, alongside Ray Manzarek, Robbie Krieger, and John Densmore, he formed The Doors. The Doors were unlike anything the world had heard. Their sound was hypnotic, bluesy, and daring, and at the center stood Morrison, charismatic, unpredictable, and magnetic. Songs like Light My Fire, Break On Through to the Other Side, and Riders on the Storm were not merely rock hits, they were invitations to explore the edges of consciousness. Morrison's deep, haunting voice and poetic lyrics challenged listeners to confront freedom, desire, fear, and the unknown. He became an icon of the 1960s counterculture, a symbol of rebellion and artistic liberation. On stage, he could be mesmerizing, even transcendent. He treated concerts like rituals, blurring the line between performance and confession. He reminded audiences that music could be dangerous, that art could provoke, and that truth was not always comfortable. Yet, Jim Morrison's life was not without struggle. The same intensity that fueled his creativity also brought chaos. His battles with alcohol and the pressures of fame led to controversial performances and legal troubles, including a widely publicized arrest in 1969. He was both celebrated and criticized, adored and misunderstood. But beneath the headlines was a sensitive and searching spirit, a man who longed to be taken seriously as a poet. In 1971, seeking distance from the spotlight, Morrison moved to Paris to focus on writing. There, at just 27 years old, he died. His passing placed him among a tragic lineage of brilliant artists gone too soon. And yet, Jim Morrison endures. He endures in the raw power of the Doors recordings, in the quiet intensity of his poetry, in the countless musicians who found courage in his refusal to conform. He taught us that art should not be safe, it should be alive. He believed in breaking through to the other side, in pushing beyond fear and convention. Today, we remember not only the legend known as the Lizard King, but the human being, curious, flawed, passionate, and profoundly gifted. His life reminds us that creativity often walks hand in hand with vulnerability, and that even brief flames can cast long shadows. Jim Morrison once sang, "This is the end." But for those who listen, his voice still echoes, and in that echo, we find not an ending, but a reminder to live boldly, to question deeply, and to let the fire of expression burn bright.